All right. Wait, why did I come in here? Oh yeah, I was gonna do my sermonette. Oh, I wasn't getting a drink. Oh, I was gonna do this. Oh, let me see if I can set this up. That's working. Yeah, all right. Yeah, here I am. I know I'm not the only one who walks into a room and forgets why, forgets what I'm doing, forgets what I'm looking for. And it's probably actually increasing during this COVID time. The COVID brain. And I'm not just talking about the disease itself. I'm talking about the effects of trauma on cognition, on thinking. Trauma, even if we're not sick, we're going through this pandemic. But trauma can make it hard to focus and to follow through and to keep your thoughts all straight. And trauma can change how we react. Well, I'm here now, and I'm not saying that Mary Magdalene and the other Mary didn't know why they went to the tomb. But if you listened closely, or if you noticed while you were reading, or if you go back and read again, Matthew actually doesn't give us a reason. In Mark and Luke's Gospels, the women bring spices to the tomb. Matthew doesn't give us that. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary just go. They just go. And I think it's because they were looking for something. Like a lot of us have been looking for something, looking for signs of hope from sidewalk chalk messages I see scattered around my neighborhood, buds on trees, children playing, a clear blue sky and a sun for me, or stories of people caring for one another, stories of life being transformed, even and maybe due to this time of suffering, this pandemic, a new way of being, a new life, hope. And that's what the resurrection gives us. It is our story that tells us death doesn't have the last word. Death doesn't have the last laugh. Evil doesn't always come out on top and win every hand. That's what Easter is about. So though we will not be together this morning, it is still Easter. It is. Because we, like the women who walked to a tomb, we're still looking for hope. We're still looking for the stone to be rolled away. Poet and pastor Sarah R. gives us these words I'd like to share with you, and they connect this looking and longing for hope in the garden. And in John's gospel, we're told that Jesus' tomb is in a garden. Her poem is A New Creation, Easter. Of course, it happened in a garden. Dark earth and sunrise, fresh air and bird songs, trees that had not yet been cut down for crosses, and flowers that had not yet been pressed for oil. Of course, Mary found Jesus there, alive and well among the fig trees and flowers. For in a garden, there is growth after the harvest, beauty after the rain, and that constant refrain, it was good. It was good. God saw it, and it was good. So of course he'd end up in a garden. New life invites new life. He and those budding flowers were one and the same. However, he also must have known he'd find us in that garden. For new life fills in the holes of our pain in ways that nothing else can. It's holding a baby at a funeral, bringing flowers to the hospital, and searching for the sunrise after the night. It's singing lullabies at our nightmares, holding hands in the dark, and writing letters in the face of isolation. So this Easter season, I plan to place my heart under big trees and blue skies, because the broken parts of me need a type of garden-like healing. And like a gardener, I will surround my loneliness and heartache, my suffering and grief with wildflowers, until the roots of those flowers are tangled up with the worst parts of me, and I can finally see what God sees. Until the roots of those flowers are tangled up in me, and I can look at myself and say, it is good. For I am in need of a garden, like the type of new life. Growth after the harvest, beauty after the rain, and that constant refrain. It was good. It was good. Thank goodness I found him in a garden. Amen.